Hello and welcome to the podcast. I and lots of you watching probably feel like your lives have gone all out of order. Schools and workplaces are sending people home, and your favorite coffee shops up the road have closed until further notice. It can feel like the world is folding in on itself. With these abnormal times, it can be difficult to stay positive. To talk about that more with me, I have here Zachary Staines.
Bro, my coffee shop being closed is the worst part about it. No,
Dude,
but seriously.
I haven't had a decent coffee in so long.
Bro, how's that privilege at?
Yeah.
Check your privilege, baby. Same. I'm like, yeah, no, but it is crazy. Hey, far out. Everything's just like
It's
going
a
crazy.
very weird time, especially for people in, I guess, our generation. We haven't really gone through something like this before.
Dude, that's so true. Bro, that's so true. Like, maybe for me, like, this sounds dark as heck, but 9/11 was like the big thing back in the day.
True, yeah.
But like, this is the first time that me as like an adult, I have to like, oh, this is a weird thing that's like.
Yeah, I know. You have
me.
to like take responsibility. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's whack.
thanks, Dad.
Yeah, exactly.
Time for you to take responsibility, son.
Yeah. No, but even from like a teenager's point of view, it's like you still are like in control of your life, and I know like what the title of the podcast is, saying positive during a crisis. It can feel like really difficult to like be in a positive mindset while not having anything to do.
Dude, yeah, far out, man. It's
I
man, we should dive into it more.
Yeah, which let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
So yeah, how's everything in your life going?
Dude, pretty random, bro. I mean, look, besides all coffee shop jokes aside, which like obviously big picture isn't the worst thing to happen to my life day to day.
Of course, yeah.
But yeah, like it's kind of just weird, man. Like I'm still working technically, like still doing music stuff and still like doing client work and essentially paying the rent, which is good, right? Like there's a lot of people out there who obviously can't do that right now, which is real sad. And so
Yeah.
I feel very lucky that I can still do that. But yeah, I'm such a, I mean, you know, bro, like I'm such a, like, I want to hang out with everyone all the time. I want to talk smack
Yeah.
about nothing all the time, you know? And now it's like limited to playing like COD at nighttime or whatever with my boys. Like, it's funny, my social life is different. I don't know if it's worse or better, but it's just different. And so like, yeah, just trying to get used to that and trying to find the positivity in it has been really interesting. Hey,
I mean, I guess we still have to be thankful that we have the like platforms like this and like COD that we can just jump on, talk to the boys with.
Yeah, and and it's funny because we do live in a time like it's the first time where because everyone's so connected, it's like, oh yo, we can fully just keep hanging out and chatting like this. I mean, we can do a flipping podcast over the internet. It's
literally.
crazy, you know.
Yeah.
Like the last time something like this happened, it was a little bit different. So we're super lucky in that regard. But if anything, it makes it kind of harder to stay positive because it's like we're looking at everyone else who's still got money or still got all these cool things, and it's like, oh.
Yeah.
It's now even harder to get that, you know. But
Dude, how flippin' funny. I love seeing like billionaires in like their big mansions with like indoor pools and stuff like that. Like, oh my gosh, this quarantine is so difficult. I can't deal.
That's what we sound like when we're like, my favorite coffee shop's closed.
I know, literally, it's the same thing.
It's the same thing. But no, it is funny. I mean, the thing is, like, everyone, like, so many people still have work, and so like, as long as you've still got work, you know, like you've got a reason to be positive, eh? So, but yeah, for me, it's like I've still got some kind of work. Like a lot of it's fallen off, but it's still nice to know that, like, okay, I'm really lucky. I've got family and stuff around me who help out, and so it'd be really different, I guess, if I didn't have that. But yeah, bro, real weird. It's weird. It's just a weird time. Hey?
It's a weird time, yeah.
Yeah, legit, bro.
So you're obviously in a very, very like strong relationship right now, with your fiance.
With my Lord Jesus.
Oh yes, no.
Yeah.
With
my
with your fiance Chelsea.
Chelsea.
You guys were planning on getting married this year, right?
True. I am being like, yeah, my life's fine, but yeah, dude, that was the big thing that like changed.
Yeah.
Was like we'd planned to get married in August, and which we probably will. I think like we've talked about this, where it's like we'll probably still get married, but like we just won't do the big wedding, you know.
The public, yeah.
Yeah, dude. So like that's been weird trying to work out, like, you know, for almost a year we're like, this is the biggest event of our lives, and now it's like, oh, it's all been cancelled. It's all been changed. I mean, massive shout out to Chelsea because she literally spent so much time rebooking everyone back in. Because like you think about it, it's
Yeah.
like Chelsea essentially was organizing like 10 to 15 people, photographers, food, the venue, like.
Yeah.
So that was big, and I guess we were just sad because it's something to look forward to and it's something to be excited about. And
Such a big milestone in your life as well to be like,
dude,
the
100%.
the main event to be postponed. It's hectic.
Yeah, exactly,
Also,
man. Exactly.
on the topic of weddings, how flippin' cute is Mossy? I
Dude,
I
big
love
Nathan
that dude.
Moss. Yeah, well, so that's the thing. So when all of our stuff was getting cancelled, one of our friends, Toby and I's friends, Moss, him and his fiance, now wife, they got married over Facebook Live. Obviously, they all together,
So,
but they got
yeah.
married publicly on Facebook Live, and it's really funny, like that's just what we can do now. And in a lot, like obviously, I was so sad I didn't get to go. We were so excited for their wedding and things like that, but it was kind of nice to still be able to experience that. And I still cried.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's real. That it itself is really a sign of like those guys are in love because like
Fully, yeah.
because like if they're able to make the commitment and be like, no, we're still getting married. I don't care whether there's gonna be people there or not. We just want to like get it done for us.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
it's a dope idea that they're like it's a cool reassurance that like they're getting married for themselves and not for other people.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That's what I find really cool.
Well, yeah, and it's like they just wanted to. I mean, I know we're talking about podcasts about positivity, but like to like tie that in, it's like that was their way of staying positive. Like if they didn't want to sit around and be negative about it, and so I guess Chelsea and I are the same. Like we probably still want to get married in some capacity, obviously legally married in August, because it's like for us that's what we looked forward to, and it's that keeps me positive in a weird way, or not even a weird way. Like obviously it keeps me positive because it's something that I'm looking forward to. But yeah, man, it's good, bro.
Yeah, it's cool. How has this all like affected you in terms of like working? Because like your work is very much like online. You do a lot of like online work, like writing songs for people and stuff like that. How's this all affected you?
When it all first like started happening, I thought like, oh, dude, this is gonna be rough. Like I was like, this is gonna take all that work away, and in a sense, it did. Like I do a lot of clients, obviously, and fair enough, didn't stick around, which is totally cool because it's hard for people right now, especially in hospitality world, entertainment world. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was gonna really kick it. And then suddenly there was like a little bit of a spike, and I was like, okay, cool. And it kind of just reminded me that like even in a crisis, sitting around being upset or being negative about it won't literally change how it works. Like it's only going to affect you. So, if I sat around being like, I'm never going to get work again, I finally got work and I'm not going to get it ever again, which I did, to be honest. Like all it does is make me sad. It doesn't actually change whether I get work or not. And so like it just right now it's more just like I'm making sure I take the time to really go like when someone gives me a job or a song they want me to work on, I'm really thankful for it. I'm like, you know what, you didn't have to do this. It's probably not the smartest time financially maybe for you to do this, but you still want to give me this work, and I appreciate that.
That's
and so
cool,
so like if anything, it's forcing me to be more positive, to be like, hey, just want you to know I'm thankful for this work that you've given me. Because it's really easy to take that for granted when you kind of, like if I'm writing a couple songs a week, freelance, that's crazy that that's my job. So, if I'm like, wow, I lost all my work, it's like, well, it kind of was a fun job, like it wasn't really work, was it?
Yeah.
But it's still my livelihood, and obviously I still want to save money for Chelsea and I get married and stuff, and so it kind of, that pressure came on. But yeah, it's just weird, man. It's just like a weird time, and it's weird when a lot of my money comes from other people, like most people, like you rely on your job to pay you, or you rely on client.
Yeah, some people are getting really affected by that because like different workplaces are really reliant on like other people getting paid so you can get paid. So
Exactly.
that can really, that workplace is really taking a toll for some people.
Yeah, especially in that hospitality thing. Like I used to do some work
Yeah.
for a cafe, and I know they've been hit hard. And as much as I wanted to be sad that I didn't have work from them anymore, the reality is like they didn't have work for themselves. You know, like they've got to make business decisions and make business moves that make sense for them. And so, yeah, if
Yeah.
anything, that's what I learned from all this is that I can't rely fully on someone else to give me money. I have to find ways to do that myself. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, cool. How I guess how are you staying positive in day-to-day life? Like what do you do that like wakes you up in the morning, you're like, yeah, I'm happy today, like I'm gonna get stuff done, like I don't care about like what's going around in the world around me. I'm just gonna like pretend this is a normal day. Like how are you staying positive through everyday life?
yeah. That's a good question, bro. I mean, look. I mean, if you're someone who's like out and about walking or exercising, like you see so many people exercising nowadays, and it's like
Yeah.
they're probably the same people that went to gyms, but it's kind of nice seeing people out and about doing it.
Yeah,
And
it's
so,
refreshing.
yeah, dude, because it's like you kind of wave at someone, and you're like, oh, that person's exercising. That's dope. Like I'm
Yeah.
exercising, like.
I'm
And
being
so,
healthy. Yeah.
yeah, legit. So, like, main things for me, like, that keep me positive is just, like, give some structure to my day, So go out in the morning. And I know that you talk a bit about that in some of the videos that you're making where it's, like,
Yeah.
having that structure helps. But, yeah, I can definitely, like, attest. Is that a word? I don't know if that's a word. But, like, for me, that's super real. Like, okay, I woke up, like, this morning I woke up, 7 o'clock, went for a walk. I walked to Chelsea's place because it's pretty close now, which is dope.
Yeah.
And I listened to a podcast, like something positive, and that fully changed my outlook for today. It got me excited to do this thing with
100%,
you.
dude.
Like, and so, yeah, so I think, like, being active still, like, giving some structure to your day. Like, we're all sitting at home trying to work, trying to make money, trying to hustle, like, we're trying to do those things. And so, to do that without structure, like I would just play Call of Duty for 14 hours, which
Yeah.
no
literally.
judgment if that's what you're doing, but it's just for me, I want to keep writing music and keep working, so
I think, yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, I think a big, as hard as it can be, I think a big thing that people need to try and remember is that, like, although we are staying at home and we are doing everything from home, I think it's still important to try and keep the normality of, like, everyday life and, like, try and keep, like, routines normal. For me, I just feel like getting up in the morning and walking as the sun is rising. It's just like a physical thing that I can see, and then I don't know. It's just like a drive for my day because I'm like, okay, it's a new day. It's a new adventure that I'm going through. I'm ready to do this. It's like, yeah, that's just something that I do, and then get home, wash my hands, take a shower.
Why are you washing your hands?
Because of
The sun. I walk around like
Yeah.
this, and
yeah, literally. No, I just think it's important to like wash your hands,
Oh,
like if you're going
100%,
outside at
dude.
all. Yeah,
Dude, yeah, fully. I mean, it's funny, like I'm like just hearing you talk about your kind of routine, and I guess the thing that I've learnt kind of over the last 10 years is that there's no. I mean, there are right and wrong routines, but it's like not everyone has to get up at 5, and like that's not the thing. It's just for you. That's your challenge. You've not been good at that, so you want to challenge yourself to get up and do that.
Yeah.
For other people, it might be going to bed early. Like it might be, or maybe even staying up till 9. Some people might go to bed early already. But yeah, it's funny. I think it's just about that routine thing and finding that routine and then yeah, exercising, bro. But then yeah, my other big thing, just to keep talking about what we're talking about, is like playing something positive, music that I like, or listening to a podcast that's positive, or just kind of like the other thing I wanted to add was that just injecting positivity. It sounds so lame, but it's not. It's just the idea of like you're listening to something positive. I mean, if you wake up every morning and you listen to music that's about breakups and it's about and you're just gonna get sad, it's not gonna help you out, right?
Yeah, you're not setting yourself up for a good
I mean,
day.
you're just gonna be like bummed out. I mean, and that I'm not even saying like you have to listen to church music because a lot of you guys might not want to do that either. But it's just like I listen to music that's like about like finding positive ways through things, and that's just a preference for me. Some people don't like doing that, but then also like listening to podcasts, man, that'll just like it's so easy to put on a 30-minute podcast. even if it's about like how the person who found Airbnb built the company. Like it sounds so silly, but it's like
Yeah.
a positive, exciting thing.
It's because you're living through the positive experiences of someone's life, which then puts you in a
Bro,
positive
when you
mood.
see
'Cause you're
someone
like,
smile,
dang,
you smile. Like, and that really does. When you see someone
exactly,
sad,
dude.
you feel sad, you know? Like, and I think we as humans think, no, I just block it out. But you can't. If someone's smiling at you, if you don't smile, you're going to feel weird that you didn't smile. It's just like,
Yeah,
or you,
dude, that's so true. What
do you
the
know what I'm
heck?
saying? If you don't, and vice versa.
Yeah,
If you smile at someone, they don't smile at you. You're like, wait a second, what the crap? I smiled, and why didn't you smile?
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's the same, man. Like if you listen to something, like for me, I listen to a church pastor, Craig Rochelle. I really like his stuff, just because he's real hard hitting, but he's still positive. You know, like he's a good
Yeah.
business person, and so that personally is for me like a podcast that I like. But yeah, even just those few things, man, and staying connected with people, still communicating with people, and like still talking to your friends because yeah, I mean, like you mentioned at the start, we're in a position where we can talk to people still. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I know. I was talking to my mate Phil, and he was like, "I think I'd be talking to more people because people are
Yeah,
like, we're trying to
literally.
connect more because we're like, oh no, we need this." So, I mean, I'm hoping that at the end of all this, we all realize like, actually, we need each other more than we think. So yeah, man, that's kind of what I'm doing to stay positive and stay kind of feeling good.
I think something that's really helped me throughout this whole experience is setting myself challenges, because obviously, like I mentioned before, I'm doing this routine video. That is obviously a challenge for me because I I don't wake up at 5. I don't go for walks in the morning, and then I don't go buy the book.
Yeah,
If you know
for
what I
sure.
mean. I think it's really good just to give yourself something that you can like work towards, because then you already feel like you're being more
For sure,
productive.
bro.
If you if you are more productive in a day, you're gonna feel more happy because you're gonna be like, okay, I've been really good today. Like I've done some good stuff. I've done something that's gonna impact my
Totally,
life.
dude.
I think that can help you out a whole lot. And for me, obviously I'm trying to like hustle out this YouTube game. It's been like it's a challenge because I've never really got into it too much, and like I had like a little channel back in the day, but it was nothing compared to like what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to make content that puts a positive mindset into people, but it's difficult to do that if I'm not being positive myself.
A million
You know
percent,
what I mean?
man. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, and the thing is, something that I've learned is that your challenge and what you think is challenging isn't somebody else's, and that's what makes it special. Like, I'm not saying you in particular, but like, just generally, it's like for someone, it might be like, hey, I want to make sure my house is super clean all the time, or not. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure I look after my space. I want to make sure that I'm watching better content for me, or I want to make more content, whatever it may be. It's kind of like. I mean, I have a feeling that maybe a lot of creatives will watch this and kind of like your channel. And I think it's because they rely so much on their mental health to do what they do, which is create, right? So, but I've noticed that like,
Yeah.
and I find this with Chelsea, like for me to stay positive, I'm like, I need a challenge. I'm going to learn how to make this style, this genre of music. I'm going to work on this. Someone like Chelsea, it's just like, I want to look after my plants. I don't want them to die. And that's her challenge.
100%.
And that's not a bad thing. That keeps her positive. It keeps
Yeah.
her excited about the future. So, it can be work or not work related, not hustle related. Like, just like you said, finding that challenge, that thing that's different and hard to do. It's just good. It's just like, it's like doing a good puzzle. Like, it's freaking annoying, dude. I'm not a puzzle guy, but we all know how good a puzzle feels when you finish it. And so,
Yeah.
just
Literally.
those kind of things keep the momentum, regardless of a virus or not. Like you should be kind of, if you're trying to live just kind of a happier life, having that challenge
Yeah.
is always going to be, life always gives you challenges, so you might as well challenge yourself with something that's a little bit more in like your control. Like you're always going to be challenged by something, so you might as well do a challenge that you're excited about.
100%.
You can't avoid it.
Dude,
But
definitely. Yeah.
dude.
I find when like talking about happiness, I feel like what makes me most happy and this just might be like, I feel like it'll be the same with you. It just might be my personality, but I feel like what makes me happiest is seeing or making someone else happy. And so I feel like if we can, it might be more difficult being at home now, but if we are still going out of our way to make other people happy, that in turn makes you happy.
Totally.
And that puts you in a positive mood, because you're like, okay, like while we're on the topic of like influencing people, you can still influence people from your house. You can still influence people from the phone. If you're just giving, say it's someone that you don't normally call, if you give them a random call out of nowhere, that's already lifting their mood up, because you're like, oh,
I was thinking about you.
Like
Yeah.
Actually,
Literally.
yeah, exactly. And just that reassurance to people can like really give them like a kick to just like get going and like be happy and be positive.
Totally.
And then seeing that makes me most happy.
Bro. Yeah, and it's always that balance, because obviously you can't make everyone happy, and you can't be someone's happiness. But bringing joy to someone is a gift. You know, like if you can, but 100%. You don't want to provide their joy. Does that make sense? It's that funny balance where it's like, hey, I can love on someone and provide them some joy, you know, by calling my mum or calling Clay, which is my mate, or like whatever it may be. But also, if Clay's sad, it's not my job to make him happy. You know, it's that funny balance. But yeah, bro, I'm the same, bro. You know that. You know, I love calling you and let's just talk about whatever, and that gives me as much joy. You know,
dude, let's do a podcast.
Let's flip and make a podcast today. But yeah, dude. But yeah, so that's awesome, bro.
Yeah, dude, so sick. I'm just gonna wrap it up here. In terms of positive, what's one thing that you would tell your past self?
Yeah, good question. I mean, there's probably a few things, but I guess the main thing, like, I think we spend so much time wishing everything was in our control, and there's just, I wish I could go back and tell myself, I wish I would go back and tell myself, you know, that it's okay that it's not in control, and that it's absolutely about how you respond to it, you know, like, I've been actually seeing it a lot of YouTubers are saying it right now, because I think it's true, where it's just like, you know, you can't control what's going on in the world right now, but you can control how you react to it and how you perceive it. And so, yeah, I would just kind of remind myself that, or tell myself that, because I know as an 18-year-old, I was angry that, like, I just wasn't in control of my money or this or this or this. But the reality is it's more about my emotions. Am I in control of myself and how I respond, you know? So, yeah, and it's still true to this day. Like, that's still a challenge. It's just like, hey, I can't control this virus, but I can play my part and I can control how I react, you know? And that's why I choose positivity, bro. Like, not to go full hippie on everyone, but like, that's why I do choose that positivity thing. That's why this message is important, I guess, because that is what is my answer to what's going on right now. But yeah, dog.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for being the guest on this podcast today.
Thank you, dog.
Dude, you're a blessing to this
world. Bro.
If you guys want to follow Zach, his Instagram will be in the description. If you guys did like this video, please remember to hit the like button.
Smash it, baby.
Please stick around for smash the crap out of it. Please remember, I have new videos coming out every week, so just come back, enjoy, have fun, stay positive. Hope you guys enjoyed.